Alright guys, I'm gonna do a video and I'm not editing this one. You're gonna do the full video with me. This one's gonna go on my YouTube channel. So I have a realtor who hires me for her closings. And she asked me to do a welcome home column for her new homeowner. So I'm gonna do a simple, well, I don't want to call it simple, but simple for me because I know it. Just a simple column that they can just put, she can put at the front when they walk into their home. I think that's a super cute gesture for realtors to do. So if you are a realtor and you are interested, let me know. I've done quite a few of these for Mia. Her name is Mia. So I'm just gonna do the column and I'm gonna add vinyl. It says welcome home. So nice and easy. Easy if you know how to do it. Hard if you're learning. Because once upon a time, these were not easy for me. But now they are. So let's get to cracking. This is going to be a freestanding. I am not going to leave a poll because I am not going to go back for my stuff. This is just take it as yours. I'm going to do black with the white balloon on top. I am going to do a bigger balloon. And I don't know if this is going to be big enough for this balloon. Unfortunately, I don't have a bigger size. So if it doesn't work, then I'm not going to use the bubble. I'm just going to put it right on this one because I do want the top balloon to be bigger. So because this is a freestanding, and even though it's going into a home, I still have to take some precautions because I want it to stand and I want it to be nice. So how I do that is water weights. So I'm going to double stuff my bottom base. So my four bottom ones are going to be double stuffed. So I'm going to get 8 balloons, black. I use a straw. You use whatever you want or whatever you have handy. So I'm going to double stuff my balloons. This is what's going to keep your base from flopping all over the dang place because nobody has time for that. So the way I do this is double stuffing my balloons, and each of the bottom base, all 4, are going to have a water balloon inside of the blown up balloon. So this is how I do that. So once I get these stuffed, I'm gonna try to do this as fast as possible so that I don't bore you guys to death. Because I'm not editing this one because it's more of a teaching video. So I need you to hear me talk. So this one is not edited. So how I do this part is I'm going to, the inside balloon is going to have a heavy water weight. And I'm going to tie it up. I need something sturdier. There we go. This one doesn't look right. Okay, here we go. So each of these I'm going to take to my faucet and I'm going to fill them with water. Only the inside balloon is going to have water, not the bottom. The outside one is what you're going to fill with air. This is the only way that you're going to be able to have that heaviness without a base. I don't want to go back and pick up a base. These are going to be new homeowners. I'm not going to go knock and say, hey, I need my stand. We're not going to do that. So I'm only going to grab the bottom. So the bottom piece I'm going to put it on my faucet. And I'm going to fill it with water, nice and heavy. Don't be cheap on the water. So if you can see, this is nice and heavy. I'm going to grab only the middle, the inside one, and I'm going to tie it. So the one that's going to get filled with air is the top one. So I'm going to show you guys that too. Just let me fill all 4 of these up as quickly as I can. And I had 2 big setups today. I'm just getting home and I'm like exhausted, but I'm not done because my realtor friend called me, and she's not my friend, she's my client, and asked me if I can do this for her. And the closing's tomorrow. But because your girl don't say no to money, I'm doing it. Okay, so there's my 3rd one. It's a little tricky when you have to size it with this heavy water, but it's nothing out of this world. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Just takes practice. Now, if you're doing this for the first time ever, yeah, it's not gonna be as easy as you're watching me do this. I've done this over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So I literally know what I'm doing. But if you're learning, give yourself grace to learn. It's okay. I did not know how to do this when I first started. I've had my balloon business. This is going on 4 years. So this is a lot of experience, a lot of messing up, a lot of trial and error. Trust me. I wasn't always this bomb, but I am now. Okay, so anytime you do columns, even me, and I'm a professional, I'll say, I need a sizer. Your balloons have to be the same size if you want this to stand correctly, or it's not gonna work. So if you don't have one, little investment, they're 20 bucks, 15 bucks, buy one. I think I got this from Amazon, or like, I don't know, bargain balloons or something. It wasn't no more than 20 bucks. But, okay, so now, this is the little tricky part, because we are going to blow this balloon up and size it, being this heavy. But it's all good. So I put it in, and what you're gonna have to do, and honestly, I have a Legenda, which this will size it for me, but I'm old school. I like this. I don't even use all this digital shit. So here is this is how I do it. Now, because I know, I'm just like eyeing it. Inside is the water. Here we go. So there's it blown at 8 inches. So I'm not gonna tie this because it's going to be a waste of a tie, and I'm just not going to do it. So if you want to be stressful like me, stressed out, swing it. You got this. Swing it, girl. Swing it. Ladies, gents. See? I always find it easier way. Even me. Alright. Perfect. So, I just literally found that doing it from the top would be easier. So why not? So here is my quad. Now these are heavy because there's 2 water balloons in there. And it's going to be even heavier when I do the next 2. Which is all good. That's what we want. Okay. Now I'm going to do the other one. Same concept. Hang in there with me, guys. 10 minutes, but you guys are gonna need this. It's summer's coming. Outdoor setups, wind. Okay. And I will tell you, even this, like, because I know this is going inside of a house, I'm not overdoing it. Like, this is enough. But I will tell you, if I'm doing, I do a lot of grand openings outdoor. When whatever it is, my balloons have to withstand. My clients are paying me, and they deserve that. So here is how heavy my bike base is. Now, if I'm doing an outside setup, I will tell you, I'm gonna do this 4 times. Like, this is my base, but my next one is gonna also have 4 water balloons. And the third one is gonna have 4 water balloons. So as much as you think you need to reinforce, that's what you need. So because this is just going indoor, I don't need all that. That's all it is. And this also protects your client, because let's just say if you just put the water balloon on the bottom, that's not gonna be enough for it not to move. And if it pops, your client's gonna be pissed because they're gonna have water everywhere. But if you do it my way, that's not gonna happen, because even if the balloon pops, the water one is in there. So now it should be fairly quick. I still round them. There's never a time where you shouldn't round your balloons. Always round your balloons. If you want to have a professional look, round the balloons. So this setup is going to be simple, cute, and I like to, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I like to not only tie the neck, but I bring it to the top so that it's super tight. So you see there's no space. No space between the balloons. I'm going to, oh, I forgot. Yes, okay. So now we're gonna do this quickly, guys. I'm gonna do the rest of my, I sized every single one of these because I want it to look nice and I want it to be the same size and even. If you don't do it even, it's not going to look great. So every one of your balloons should be the same size and round. Because you shouldn't want to give your clients garbage. Because guess what? They are not going to keep hiring you if you give them garbage. So don't do that. Like, is it easier just to wing it? Yeah, but don't. Not with columns. Anytime you do a balloon column or a balloon tower, if it's not organic, size your balloons. Now, if it's an organic where it's like a whatever, then you don't have to. I will say, mostly all of towers, there's a science behind them, and they need to be the same size to look the same. I am thinking of like starting to use my Legenda for sizing, but nah, I don't know. I like the old school way. I like old school. It's like nothing like knowing for sure, even though like the Legenda will calculate, like if I put in, 8, it's gonna stop at 8. But I still feel like, I don't know. I just like this way, because I'm putting it in myself. I know, look at that perfection. I know that like they're the same size. So I really like that. a lot of balloon artists do. When you have these high-tech machines, you have them for a reason, and mainly it's convenience. Like, it's faster, easier. Just you skip the step. Like this step is sizing your balloon, but never mind. I guess to each his own. If you mind, then use your blower. If you don't, I personally don't mind. And this is me going like super fast, so this video doesn't get past 20 minutes. We're at 15. But I really want to show you guys. So if you ever see one of my videos and you want me to stop and do a real like tutorial, let me know. I got you. I love doing this. If I don't have setups, I create setups for you guys, which I normally do have setups every weekend. Especially in May, you guys are I'm gonna be rolling out a lot of content. I have prom, I have a prom for a school that I'm doing. I have 4 quinceañeras, big events, a baby shower, grad party. May is super busy for me, as well as June. This is my busy season. So we get a little break when it's super cold. Well, not really, but like one setup a weekend is slow for me. I usually have, like today I had 2 setups, 3 with this one. So I'm gonna leave it at this. So here's my column, nice and sturdy. See that? So even if it like, it's not gonna fall. It's gonna come back up. So I love that. So now I'm going to do, let's see. If I can put that big one in here, I will. If I can't, then I'm not. But I'm going to try because I love the look. You always have to stretch your bubble. Some you can buy pre-stretched, but even those I stretch. If you don't stretch it, it's gonna pop. Sometimes it pops even if you stretch it, just depends. This bubble is supposed to go 24 inches. I don't know if that's enough. A 3-way blow like this, but because I know what I'm trying to do, I did. Here's my white topper, and then the welcome home is going to be in black vinyl on this. Remember, it's always okay to rip this part if you need to, because you're not going to use that part at all. Alright. So we're going to see if it's going to pop or if it's going to work. We're going to do this together. That's great. If it pops, then it pops. Yay for the bobo. I'm really glad it didn't pop. Here's the hard part. If anything I could say, this is the hardest part, is tying this sucker. Because it's so tight. I normally always have a freaking 260 around somewhere. And watch me not have one today. Nope. Okay. Let me pause this video and let me see if I have one in here. No. Let me go get what I need. One sec. Okay. I had to go downstairs for this. Usually I have them all over the damn house, but so here's what we're gonna do. We're going to grab the 260. And I'm gonna tie it on the balloon, not the bobo. Like under the balloon, not the bobo. Because the bobo, they're so freaking like sensitive. If I tie it on there, it could potentially pop. Or if you let it like hit something too much, they're like super delicate, these bobos. Okay. So I'm gonna put it right on top of here. So this is a super easy. It's not gonna be easy your first time. I promise you. It will be. So there is my column. This is, I would actually want this a little tighter. So I might fix that and just make it like tighter, which means just a smaller 260 grip. Let me do that. So because I already tied it, I'm just gonna, there we go. So, yeah, sometimes they go away on their own, but. All right, so here's my little one. Now I'm just gonna take it. So, see, you don't need the whole 260. I was just being lazy. Wrap this one. Now it's nice and tight. So here is my, can't even see how I couldn't even carry it like that without the now I'm gonna just finish weeding out this vinyl. And I have terrible eyesight, so work with me here because I can't fuck it up. It's hard to see the black. All right, we're at 23 minutes, guys. We made our goal. Well, it shouldn't take me more than a few minutes to get this on. Now I just need my, give me 2 seconds so I get my transfer tape. Here is my Cricut transfer tape. So you can't just put this on there because it is going to be too sticky. The real Cricut transfer tape is super tacky and it will make your project harder. So I always just like put it against my pants, my leg, whatever. Here's my welcome home sign. I'm going to just place it on here. I'm going to cut my excess. Welcome home. The reason I chose black is because, I mean white is because obviously black on black. I won't be able to see it. I do not feel like going back over there for my Cricut tools because then I would have to go back and get it. So I'm just going to use this. Okay. Let's hope this works, because let's just hope it works. Now, I don't like extra, because all this extra, it's going to stick to that balloon. I don't need it. It's going to pop it. Maybe not, but it can. If it's because this is so tacky that you can absolutely pop your Bobo if it has to like pull too hard. So, because I don't feel like redoing that Bobo, and I've worked all day. I've been out of my house since 10. I'm tired. Look at me, I look tired. But I'm still doing this video for kids. I think it was a good opportunity to do a good teaching video on those bases. Don't make me go get my tool. Beautiful. There's like nothing like when Cricuts vinyl and the vinyl tape cooperate. And look, I'm glad because I forgot this little piece right here that needs to come off. Hold on. And you will notice sometimes, like I did notice, there's a little piece of the M right here that I didn't weed out. I'm going to do this really quick. And it is hard once it's off the... All right, so here is our welcome home that's gonna go on the Bobo. And this is good because I get a lot of videos saying, how do I attach vinyl? One important thing is it has to be good vinyl. I've used the cheap one, it doesn't stick correctly. This is Cricut vinyl, Cricut transfer tape. Also, let it be permanent. Don't do the temporary. That one just never sticks. Here. And I always start with the top one first, like the welcome. You know what, for this, let me just get my tool because I don't want to risk it. Here's my little Cricut tool thingy. So we're just going to hold it. Until you get like super comfortable with this, you can always do it on your Bobo before you attach it, and then you'll have more control. I'm okay with doing it like this because I'm used to it, but if you're not, it's okay. You don't have to. You can do it before you put the balloon on here, and then that makes it easier too for you. I usually read this. I just like, see that? I just go back and forth all the way through. Any little spots that are not, I just go back over it. It's okay. I'm gonna do the bottom one in a second. Okay. If I need to, I don't want to mess with this bobo again because I don't have any bigger. But I don't have any bigger bubbles, so I'm gonna do that to help me with the home. I don't want to risk popping this big bubble. Not the balloon. I don't care about the balloon. I have tons of balloons. I don't have this clear in this balloon size. So when you don't have it, you gotta be careful. Okay. Now, if I had extras, I wouldn't care, but I don't right now. So see that little corner? Sometimes they give me a hard. Just go back and push, and it'll be fine. See? There you go. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this extra vinyl so it's not in the way when I do the home. Oh, here we go. So now for the home. And you see that I'm not being super careful either. I'm just, it's okay. So I'm just gonna position this. All right, now I'm gonna take the home. Whoops, I'm just going to go back in and do it again. This is why you take that tackiness off and you put it over your clothes, because if you don't, this part gets really hard because this transfer tape is so sticky that even though it's trying to come off, it won't go. Or it'll keep bringing the letters up. And you don't want that. So there you go. So it says welcome home. So my realtor client will just place this in the entrance of their home. It is super steady. It's not gonna tip over. So now if we were outdoor, I would just add more weight to the bottom, but yeah, that's it. This is like a 5.5 foot, I'm 5'4", so it's a little taller than me. And that is all. If you guys have any questions, please comment. I do read those comments. I do listen. I appreciate you guys watching. If there's another video you want me to do, let me know and I'll do it for you guys. Thanks so much.